Of Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball on KYNT. Yankton Post-12 would like to thank their team sponsor, First Dakota National Bank. For more than 150 years, First Dakota National Bank has been providing South Dakota families and businesses with personalized banking services. Now it's time for Post-12 Legion Baseball on KYNT.
Shades to the outside portion of the plate. The 2-2 fastball, outside edge, and he gets him a delayed strike call. That is a punch out to end the top of the first. Matthew Sheldon rips this one out toward right. It'll be another base hit for him. Rugby rounding third. There will be a play at the plate. The slide. He's safe at home. The ball gets away from Bence. And heading over to second is Sheldon. He's safe. Yankton takes an early 1-0 lead here in the top of inning number 1. Obliterates one out toward right center. And it is gone. The Yankton Bucks walk it off on a home run over the right center wall. The buck stops here at Riverside Field.
You are listening to Yankton Baseball on KYNT, Yankton's home team. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
First Dakota National Bank, Hy-Vee, the UPS Store, Truxedo, First Chiropractic Centers, MT&RC Smith Insurance, FNBO, Vision Care Associates, Yankton Medical Clinic, Yankton Rexall.
Now, let's go live to KYNT Sports Director and the voice of Yankton Athletics, Bryce Ladwig.
All right, and welcome to Riverside Field here in Yankton. We had a rainy morning so far, but as it turns into the afternoon, we have Game 2 of Day 3 of the Kyle Mueller Classic, as Norfolk just punched their ticket to the Kyle Mueller Classic Championship, which will follow our game here between Yankton and Renner. Yankton will be the away team in this matchup, as they were the Pool A runner-up, and Renner, the Pool A champion, will be the home team, so to speak. So it's going to be interesting, as I have Brayden Butler in the booth with me. We are in the Fairfield Inn and Suites broadcast booth. Hot breakfast, large family rooms, and a great location can be found at Fairfield Inn and Suites in Yankton at 2607 Broadway Avenue, or by calling 605-653-2250. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee was a helpful smile in every aisle. Brayden, winner of this goes to the championship.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game coming up tonight, and as you mentioned, Yankton, the road team as their pool runner-up. I do love the hustle from Post-12 at Yankton Baseball. Every time, even if they're the road team in one of these classics, they're getting the home team dugout. Their name's on the field. They get their usual dugout, but should be a lot of fun for baseball today. I'm glad to be back after you flew solo last night, and should be a good day of baseball again.
Hey, I had Eric Bean on the broadcast to begin the night, so almost replaced you. Almost replaced you in totality, but.
Well, there's few better than him, that's for sure. I got a lot of respect for that guy. He does a great job at the P&D.
No, and told everyone you were doing Sioux City Bandits action. I'm glad to have you back in the booth, and also glad for our sponsors making this broadcast possible.
And one thing on that real quick, Bryce, is last night was Military Appreciation Night for the Bandits, so thank you for your service. I know I just was thinking about it as we were getting on the broadcast. I
appreciate that.
So I know it's the time of year with Memorial Day recently. So let's look at a couple of our sponsors, starting with First Dakota National Bank. For more than 150 years, they've been providing South Dakota families and businesses just like yours with personalized banking services. First Dakota National Bank is the proud team sponsor of Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball. Truxedo, a real truck company. America's Best Realty. Tired of renting or apartment living? Ready to upgrade or own your own home? Call America's Best Realty at 260-1600 and unlock the American dream. And lastly, Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
Thank you, Brayden. And let's jump right into our team record review, brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. I'll go over some records, Brayden, then you go over kind of the Kyle Mueller Classic to date. You don't have to go over every game, but it kind of set the table for us. Yankton enters this game with a 4-1 record overall. Renner 5-0. Yankton 2-1 at home, 2-0 on the road. And, of course, Renner 2-0 at home and 3-0 on the road. And kind of catch us up, Brayden, on the Kyle Mueller Classic.
Well, the game we just saw in front of us, Norfolk defeated Hartington to advance to the championship game here later today. But looking at the Classic so far, Yankton defeated Norfolk Game 1 of the Classic back on Friday, 3-0. The Sam Renner team then defeated Crofton 8-0, and then Hartington 20-0. This Renner team has been on a roll all Kyle Mueller Classic long, and then the Yankton Junior Legion got a win 11-3 on Friday over Crofton as well. Going into Saturday now, Norfolk defeated the Junior Legion for Yankton in Game 1, 11-5. Hardington then defeated the Junior Legion 7-4. Renner beat Norfolk 5-1, and then Hardington beat Yankton Senior Legion 4-2. And then Yankton got a big win last night over Crofton that ended after 4 innings. And then our Game 1 today, Norfolk defeats Hardington to advance to the championship. This is a tough Renner team. They have been exceptional in this Kyle Mueller Classic, Bryce. On aggregate, I had to do some quick math, 33 runs scored, only 1 run given up. This post-307 Royals squad is elite. They're looking to build some momentum here early on in the Legion season.
Yeah, a lot of these teams that we see, in the Sioux Falls especially, but all across all teams, like this is the same Yankton Bucks team basically turned into post-12. For Renner, it's a lot of the O'Gorman players play for Renner. Not every single one of them, but a lot of them do. So it's kind of, these two teams have seen each other a little bit, not that long ago, but just in different jerseys. And we'll see them face up here again. As you mentioned, a tall task for Yankton post-12. But Mark Cottle will be on the mound for Yankton, trying to get them to the Kyle Mueller Classic Championship game. There's our starting pitcher breakdown brought to you by Vision Care Associates. As we turn our vision towards the pitching mound, you should be considering turning your eyes to the experts at Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. Located at 2701 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton, that's Vision Care Associates. Brayden, what can you tell us about Mark Cottle on the mound?
Mark Cottle this season, his stats aren't popping up for me on the season. My apologies there, but he did pitch against Huron, had a good outing against Huron in the season opening doubleheader. So it's someone that did well in the high school season as well, as I do have those stats looking back to his high school season. Excuse me, this paper somehow is...
The wind is gusting today.
The wind is gusting and my papers are blowing everywhere. But look, I've lost the paper. It flew somewhere. I'm sorry. But Mark Cottle is a very good pitcher. You just have to take my word for it. He's one of those guys, those 3 guys at the top of the rotation for Yankton. It's him, Cale Gary, and Sam Goki. Goki pitched the opener for this Kyle Mueller Classic. You assume if Yankton gets to that championship game, Cale Gary might start, but he's one of those guys at the top of the order where Mark Cottle is a very, very good pitcher for this post-12 team. He'll be hitting for himself as well, and we saw him flash the power in the bat a little bit with a deep drive on Friday that bounced off the fence. So he's going to be going a little two-way today, but starting on the mound.
All right. Key batter of the game brought to you by Missouri River Associates. Looking for insurance agents that have the knowledge to point you in the right direction? Contact Missouri River Associates in Yankton.
Your key batter today is going to be, I don't want to keep giving it to Lucas Kamshoff, but he continues to be the key bat for this Yankton team. Had a big day yesterday across their 2 games. I wasn't here, so I didn't see it in person, but you were texting me about it during the game. Kamshoff is all over. He's putting the ball in the power alley. He's getting triples. I think 2 stand-up triples, you told me. So
back-to-back.
He is going to be that key bat again today. But the entire Yankton rotation, or the batting lineup, really is the key because you got to now supplement that production you got last night from Kamshoff and build that around him. And everybody's going to have to step up today against a really tough Renner team.
Looking forward to this one. We don't have our outfield camera set up for this game as we had rain kind of pouring earlier, and then kind of intermittently comes back.
It absolutely poured. Actually had a delay in that opening game between Hardington and Norfolk. It then came off and on, and looking at the weather forecast from this morning, we might have some more this afternoon, so it's just not worth risking the equipment, so we do apologize for that, but should be a fun one nonetheless. We still have a more specific dedicated pitcher-catcher cam. It's just in the comfort and protection of our booth.
Yeah, and if that's a problem, you can come volunteer your time and services, and I'll tell you how to go set it up on the tower out in the outfield. So I'm just going to be very blunt and honest. Deal with it. So that's the case. And with that, we will play the post-game coach interview I had with Coach Drew Lawrence last night following the Crofton victory and technically the Hardington loss. It was kind of a somewhat double header. So to speak. They'll act as our pregame coach interview, brought to you by 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-body draft root beer available. It's on tap at Charlie's Pizza or in cans at Yankton Hy-Vee. We'll go ahead and play the interview for you right now. All right, Coach, kind of a mixed bag today. Day 2 of the Kyle Mueller Classic, a loss versus Hardington, but then a dominant victory over Crofton. So now you'll be in the pool championship tomorrow. Just kind of opening thoughts.
Yeah, we had a tough game in the first one. We struggled, didn't really play well. I almost think we took some steps back in our plate approaches. and it resulted in the final score there. And then we bounced back really well, and we were able to get some base hits early, and able to score some runs, steal a lot of bases. And yeah, so we have an opportunity tomorrow to play in the semis, and that's what we wanted.
Talk about the approach at the plate when it comes to aggressiveness and stuff. I mean, I know that the strike zone kind of in the first game for both teams seemed to be a lot of in and outs a little bit, but how do you handle that, or how do you try to tell them to handle that?
Well, the approach we want them to take is it's an individual approach for each person, right? So, like, we want to hunt fastballs. I mean, it's easier to hit a fastball than an off-speed pitch, and if you're looking for that early, but we want them to find their pitch. Some guys are better with pitches that are, inside. Some guys are better with pitches on the outside. So early on in counts, you want to be looking for that pitch right away, and then adjusting after, even if they call it a strike and it's not your pitch, it's okay because you got more opportunities to do that. We struggled with that. I mean, we struck out 18 times in the first game. Maybe I'm over it. Maybe that's too many. But I thought it was 18 of the 21 outs we struck out, and that's just not acceptable at any. It doesn't matter who's pitching or anything. It's just not. We got to compete more, and we just didn't do that game. But like I said, bounce back was really great. They came back and had much better approaches and really swung the bat well.
Well, speaking of swinging the bat well, it's one of those things where, we talk about him again. Well, as long as he's doing it, we're going to keep talking about it. Lucas Kamshoff, 2 triples in the first game as well as a single, and then a double in this one, and just really is falling in love with that right center field gap. Yeah,
he's always kind of been that way as far as that gap. I know this spring he was hitting the gap too, but he was hitting both gaps, right? And but yeah, I know he's seeing the ball well when he's hitting gappers to the right center because that's his power alley and that's where he likes to hit. So he continues to impress, and so hopefully he continues to do that for us because he's really helping the team out when we do struggle. And we're not able to put together at bats. Him and Matthew have really, carried the load on a lot of that stuff. So hopefully they continue to do that.
Last year we always had the themes of last year. We're talking about base running. Well, this year, including the high school season, it seems like I always ask you about outfield play. So both Bestie out there, but Easton Nelson in left field had some great grabs in that first game. Maybe even saved a run if you really start thinking about it. But just talk about his performance out there. Yeah, their performance.
Easton was great. I mean, he ran down 3 or 4 balls. One was a foul ball that was hit to the fence that he tracked down, and one was in the gap right at the fence. And Goebel's done that a couple times today. He did that. Bestie's done that. Cirque does that when he's in center or right. We've come a long way from the first couple of games of this spring to where we are now. It's quite remarkable that these guys have improved so much. And like Easton wasn't playing outfield, right? He was playing infield, and then we put him out there, and he was able to track down so many balls that we had to keep putting him out there because, to me, in my philosophy, it's being able to take doubles away from people is so demoralizing. Like, they're able to track down balls, and the guy knows that he hit that ball really hard, and it should have been in the gap, and it should have been a hit, and he doesn't. It not only affects him, it affects the whole team because the morale goes down. So I'm a big proponent on really fast guys in the outfield.
Yeah, because like you said, they're thinking about, man, if that would have landed.
Yeah. And when it doesn't, it just brings the whole mood down, and it brings us up. So yeah, really fast outfielders is really fun, and God, we've come a long way, and I'm proud of those guys for being able to do that. And because we were dropping balls early in the spring, and balls were falling that I didn't think should be falling, and now we're getting to the point where we're getting closer to what we had last year in the outfield as far as fast and speed, and so that's exciting for us as a coaching staff to be able to have that.
Tall task in Renner tomorrow in the A-Pool championship game, and does that count towards seed points or no?
These won't count towards seed points
because they're modified, right, or whatever.
Well, so if we were to play them in pool play, they would count, but when you get to the secondary part of a tournament, they don't. That's what I've been told anyway, so that's what we're going to play it as. So if it did count towards power points, our pitching would look a little different than what it's going to look like tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure. I know you're going to ask me, but I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Well, not now.
Well, like if it counted towards power points, I would probably have Cottle throw the whole game, right? But they don't count towards power points, and we have power point games on Tuesday. So Cottle's going to throw tomorrow because he needs some work, but then I need him available for Tuesday if we need to. So it'll be a mix of guys. We'll go a couple innings, and we'll see if we can get through them because they're good. I mean, that's basically Sioux Falls O'Gorman that goes to Renner, and those guys can hit, and they've proven that in this tournament. They've proven it all spring with O'Gorman. So it's going to be a tough task, but we're excited for the challenge.
All right, thanks to you, Coach Drew Lawrence, for joining us in the post game yesterday, or last night, I should say. It went kind of late, Brayden, and the games, of course, are running behind, as is true baseball classic fashion. I don't know if I've ever been a part of a baseball classic, whether it's the Kyle Mueller, the Lewis and Clark Classic, any state tournament, anything that any game has run on time.
You know, and even Yankton, I know, goes over to Minnesota for the Gopher Classic towards the end of every Legion season, and I know those games don't run on time all the time either. So that's just baseball. When you don't have that set time frame where a game could go anywhere from an hour to 3 hours, depending on what happens in that course of action, it can really throw off the scheduling. But that's just baseball, and I love every minute of it.
Absolutely. Hey, our key to the game, a.k.a. our vision of the game, brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. Brayden, Coach Drew Lawrence admitted this can be a tall task, but what do you think is the most important thing for Yankton?
I think it's going to be that speed they have in the field and just defensive prowess. This Renner team is going to put the bat to the baseball. They're going to put it in the field of play. You're going to have to stay on your toes and be ready in the defense, whether that's guys in the infield, guys in the outfield. You're going to need to be awake every single pitch, because these guys, if they catch you sleeping, they'll make you pay for it.
All right, fans of the game, brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you were traveling to a home or away game, be sure to fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's, located at 1606 Broadway Avenue. Umpires of the game, brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the diamond. We'll have your starting lineups around the corner. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show. Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball taking on Renner in the Kyle Mueller Classic. We'll be back here on KYNT, KYNTV.
Have you seen the new UTVs and ATVs on the lot at Lewis & Clark Ford? I'm Brandon Tykrow, and I'm excited to announce that Lewis & Clark Ford is now selling Massimo Motorsports products. We have on hand Massimo UTVs and ATVs with very affordable prices and financing available. Massimo comes standard with winches and touchscreens with the ability to add many more accessories. Stop at Lewis & Clark Ford and check them out, and look for boats coming soon. Lewis & Clark Ford, 4th and Capitol, Yankton.
Ground beef is only $2.99 a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And $2.99 a pound is not just the price today or this week, it's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop, and count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for ground beef every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Want to take the hassle out of servicing your heating or cooling system? Then sign up for the Kaiser Signature Membership Program. This is Chris Frick with Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Not only will you get peace of mind knowing your units are being serviced regularly, but being a Kaiser Signature member gives you priority service, a discount on parts and labor, and no overtime rates. Take comfort and let our qualified professional technicians keep you running.
Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
Hot dog, it's camping season, and we have just the thing to fill your cooler. Sheboygan Hot Dogs. Grab your campfire roasting stick and Sheboygan's all-beef hot dogs and get ready to make some memories. Proudly produced at Simple Meats in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Are you or a family member receiving Medicare calls asking if you've received your new Medicare card? This should be a red flag, as Medicare is not sending out new cards, and Medicare will not contact you to ask you about your card. If you have, or someone you know has received this type of call, and they gave out their Medicare number, please contact the South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Is the open road calling your name? Explorers Credit Union is here to put you in the driver's seat of your next adventure with an exclusive auto loan offer. For a limited time, get 1% cash back and reduce your rate by 1% when you purchase or refinance your car with us. Imagine where you could go with extra cash in hand and lower monthly payments. Get pre-approved today and explore the road ahead with confidence. Learn more and apply at explorerscu.com today. All loans are subject to approval. See credit union for details.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Welcome back in here, KYNT and KYNTV. Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball in the Kyle Mueller Classic getting ready to take on Renner. Post 307, the Royals. Let's thank a couple of our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible as we return here on the Hy-Vee pregame show. We'll start with the UPS store, offering packing and shipping plus printing services, mailboxes, and direct mail services, helping small businesses reach their goals in Yankton across from Walmart. Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients. Kaiser Heating and Cooling. When it comes to heating and cooling, be the wiser and go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. And Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with a vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com.
All right, thank you, Brayden. We're back here in the Hy-Vee pregame show. Let's get to our starting lineups, brought to you by First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time. Brayden.
We'll start with Yankton and their batting order. Tate Bestie will be leading off, followed by Lucas Kampshoff and Matthew Sheldon, the designated hitter, in the 3-hole. Cleanup hitter will be Owen Wishon, followed by Easton Fieser 5th, Sam Goki batting 6th, Evan Sirk batting 7th, Mark Cottle, the pitcher, batting 8th, and Austin Goebel rounding out the batting order in the 9-hole. Gavin Johnson will be playing catcher. He is being designated hit for in the beginning of this game. Looking across the diamond to Renner, how they will line up in the field. It'll be Jacob Sanderson out in left. Center field will be Kyle Konechny, and in right field will be Hunter Denboer, the Class A Player of the Year in club high school baseball this year, trying to get some more awards here in the Legion season. Brogan Moffat's going to play third for Renner today. Shortstop will be Charlie Huners, and second baseman will be Jackson Bjorkman. First base, Zachary Dunham. Your battery today will be Brody Jacobson on the mound and Sully Schlimgen behind the plate. Jacobson will not hit. Designated hitter for this Renner lineup will be Jake Wheeler.
All right, thank you, Brayden. And your first pitch will be around the corner. It's brought to you by Lewis and Clark Ford. Lewis and Clark Ford is a proud sponsor of Yankton Athletics. Visit them at 4th and Capitol in Yankton or at lewisandclarkford.com. And right now the wind coming in from center field. And you know what? It was luck last time I said this. Going to be hard for some Yankton home runs today.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for anybody to pull a home run to left center field, which is where we've seen Yankton's home runs in the spring season, the high school season. That's where most of them went, over the left center field fence. The loudest one being Matthew Sheldon's off the scoreboard, but I digress there. It's going to be tough to hit him in that exact spot, but hey, like you said, last time we said that, we saw some home runs here at Riverside Field.
Yeah, so there's no way off the bat of Matthew Sheldon or Lucas Kampshoff they're going to be able to get that over the fence, Brad. There's no way it could happen.
There's no way any guy in this lineup, not even Easton Fieser or Mark Cottle, who I've seen hit him to the fence already this summer season. There's no way either of those guys could also get one and maybe muscle it over the fence.
All right, do you think we did a good enough job of going against the grain there?
Oh, shoot, I've done my part.
All right, there we go. Hey, we'll take another break, come back, and we will have your first pitch here at the Kyle Mueller Classic. This is Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball, KYNT and KYNTV.
The mission of State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Hi, I'm Roy Wilcox with State Farm Insurance. We have been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, we're here to help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. Give me a call or stop by anytime.
Call Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance today, 665-7140. Find more at roywilcox.com.
The other day, a gal came into the UPS store to drop off a package. On her way out, she noticed the print sample wall and asked if we could print invitations. The answer was, yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. For over 7 years now, the UPS store has been helping hundreds of customers with their printing needs. From basic copies to business cards and invitations to posters, we can print them. Stop out and ask about our current print specials and see how we can help with your printing needs.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Join Yankton Thrive and Yankton Medical Clinic for summer safety tips on June 6th from 12:10 to 12:50 p.m. at Thrive. Bring your lunch and we'll make sure you get back to work on time. Dr. Scott Kindle, dermatologist at Yankton Medical Clinic, will be discussing sun dangers to your skin. Convenient Care will be educating on frequent summer illnesses and injuries and how to prevent them. And Crystal Vogt, occupational medicine, will offer additional summer tidbits. All are welcome. Bring your lunch and don't miss this community event. See you June 6th at noon at Yankton Thrive.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
You can get expert eye care in Yankton with Avera Medical Group Wilcox and Eye Associates. Here, eye diseases and injuries receive the best care because we offer the newest surgical techniques, supported by the best technology. We'd be honored to be on the forefront of your eye care. Learn more by visiting avera.org/Wilcoxon. avera.org/Wilcoxon.
Whether it's to watch the game, eat out with the family, or hang out with friends, Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is everyone's favorite place to eat. Checkers' menu has mouth-watering burgers, satisfying sandwiches, and wraps, and of course, wings. With 18 specialty wings flavors, there's a sauce for everyone. Like to mix it up? Try their sauce of the month. Head to Checkers Tuesday to Thursday 4 to 11, Friday to Sunday 11 to 11 on Walnut just north of 4th Street in Yankton.
Welcome back here to the Kyle Mueller Classic, and Brayden, they're about to announce the scholarship award, and they just did. Go ahead.
Yeah, they did it right as we were coming back here. Lucas Kamshoff is the one being honored today. Of course, will continue playing baseball right here at Riverside Field. A great guy in this program. He's going to Mount Marty, being part of the Lancer baseball program. Had a chance to talk to him a couple times in the fall for segments for the Bucks football kickoff show. Every interaction I've had with him, every interaction I've heard about him, he's a great kid, got a good head on his shoulders, obviously a very, very good baseball player, and very deserving of the scholarship today. It's good to see him sticking around the area for years to come.
Great head of hair, too. Great flow.
The flow is immaculate.
Yes.
It's, we closed the book on hockey back in March, but it's a great head of lettuce.
Great head of lettuce. There you go. Well, congratulations to Lucas Kamshoff, and thanks to the Mueller family, of course, in honor of Kyle Mueller. And it's a really good classic. I enjoy broadcasting this every year.
It's nice to see the Yankton community come together, and a lot of those and the money raised for that scholarship comes from community donations during this classic, among other things. So like it's good to see the Yankton community who can come together, and now that can be transferred to the next generation of guys who are going to go out after they're done playing for the Yankton Baseball Association and still be a part and be contributing members of the community and even giving back to baseball. It's exactly what Kyle, I'm hearing people talk about him, exactly what he would have wanted.
Yep, head coach Drew Lawrence of Yankton and of Isaac Struck of, I was about to say O'Gorman, of Renner.
Same thing.
Yeah. They meet at home plate and discuss pleasantries, and we'll get this thing rolling here. Winner will take on Norfolk in the Kyle Mueller Classic Championship, which will follow this game, act like a doubleheader if that's the case. And assisting Drew Lawrence and the coaching staff, of course, Trey Creer and Peyton Mueller. And already went over the batting order and the starting lineups. Now it's just time to talk about some weather here. We got opening pitch weather of 76 degrees. Winds coming about 16 miles per hour in from center field. And Brayden, if the wind direction changes at some point, that might help our case.
It might help the case of some home runs. And, we do have, the first times I've seen it basically all year for baseball, we do have Renner's assistant coaches as well. So shout out to them, Dalton Vanderloo and Tristan Van Wassenhove are assisting Isaac Struck today for that Renner Royals squad. And got a couple good pairs of coaching staffs. I know Renner's had a great classic, and I know more personally about Coach Lawrence, Coach Creer, and Coach Mueller. So, they're good coaches as well. It should be a fun matchup today.
Yankton, the road team, it's always awkward.
Yankton batting first out of the first base dugout.
Yeah. But, hey, I guess being the home team just has its advantages. So, why not give that to the pool champion? Just makes sense. But it always will throw us off this entire broadcast, having Yankton lead off an inning.
Yeah, with that doubleheader in Huron on Tuesday, it really confused me coming back. By the end of that doubleheader, I had, the top of the inning means Yankton's batting. Then we come back on Friday, and it's flipped again. And now I'm back here on Sunday after missing yesterday, and it's flipped again. So
95% of our games are home broadcast, so it's just going to happen to us.
It's going to happen. And, confusion's been getting me this weekend.
This weekend. But other than that, you're sharp as a tack. Brayden's sharp as a tack every other day.
Just the end piece, not the actual part you put in the wall. That's how sharp I am. But that did.
Sharp as the thumb putting it into the wall is Brayden Butler.
Yeah. For those wondering earlier why I couldn't find Mark Cottle's pitching stats for the Legion season, he did not pitch in Huron. I was wrong about that. I don't know why I remembered him pitching in Huron, but he did pitch just the week before to end the high school season. Maybe it was just recency bias or something, but so far this is his debut on the mound for the Legion season, and got to get some work in eventually. He's one of those guys at the top of that rotation. He works well with Sam Goki, Cale Gary. I know Frankie Entveld's got a start this season. Sean Turner had a great start on Friday. It's a good pitching rotation, trying to find their guys and trying to set up a system going into Legion play.
Did you see the growth under our tower out there?
Yeah.
We need to get a weed whacker.
Wonder whose job that's going to be.
Brayden Butler. I knew you were sharp as a tack. No, we'll send Josh out here.
Hey, Josh, go use a weed whacker under the...
He
might just leave.
There's a news story for you. All right, let's baseball. Dave Hesney will lead us off for Yankton. And amongst everyone else, also had a good game in the second game yesterday. And no, he did not. He didn't play the second game. I mean, you and I are just all over this right now. And the second pitch of this at-bat is a grounder over to second base, and that will actually be the first out here in the top of the first.
Following Bestie here will be Lucas Kamshoff and Matthew Sheldon as the three-batter minimum. We can go over their full lineup again after Matthew Sheldon. It'll be Owen Washon in the cleanup spot, Easton Feeser 5th, Sam Goki 6th, Evan Sirk in the 7-hole, Mark Cottle on the mound and batting 8th, and Austin Goebel rounds out the order playing center field.
First pitch, ball misses to Kamshoff, 1-0. And a strike called on the outside. 1-1 to Kamshoff. 2 triples, a double and a single yesterday. But this one is a chopper over to short. Huner's up with it. The throw over in time. So a 6-3 put out. Then we got Matthew Sheldon. Matthew Sheldon had an RBI in the first game yesterday and then had another 2 RBIs in game 2.
One thing I love about Game Changers, you can filter down to specific games. So in this Kyle Mueller Classic, Matthew Sheldon has 3 RBIs total, which you mentioned from yesterday. A run scored, 1 walk drawn, a couple hits, both of them for singles.
And so a ball misses low. It's a 1-1 count. 2 away here in the top of the first. And a check swing strike went around. It's a 1-2. And a swing and strike, so that will end the top of the first. Matthew Sheldon strikes out, and we go to the bottom half. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base.
Yeah, take time to thank a couple of our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible, starting with Aztec of Yankton. They were founded on innovation and a passion to help their customers. Right now they're offering a healthy sign-on bonus with great wages and benefits. Build your career with the group that's built to connect. From rock to road, click careers at aztecindustries.com. Midwest Insurance Agency. See Travis and Whitney Devine at Midwest Insurance for your home, farm, and auto insurance needs. Call today to set up an appointment. Avera, moving health forward. And One Office Solution, the one source for all your office products, including copiers, furniture, and office supplies. One Office Solution located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton.
All right, back in 60 seconds, Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball, KYNT and KYNTV.
Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information.
All right, welcome back to Riverside Field. Bryce Ladwig alongside Brayden Butler. Begin the bottom of the first. Charlie Huners will lead us off. Mark Cottle delivers the first pitch, and that is a ball missing low.
Do have Mark Cottle's stats from the high school season. 28 1/3 innings pitched across 7 games, 5 starts, 4 wins, 1 loss for him. He allowed 13 earned runs, had 24 strikeouts, a 3.212 ERA, a 1.588 WHIP, and he stranded 25 runners on the base paths.
And so the 1-1 is chopped over to third. Up with it, Goki. The throw will not be in time. Had to take an awkward charge at it, and the runner is on. Infield single for Charlie Huners.
Wasn't the flashiest way to start the game, but it's exactly what Renner wanted, putting their leadoff hitter on base to start bringing up some big bats that are coming up in the heart of their order. Kyle Konechny will get into the box here, but Schlimgen on deck and Denboer in the hole. They got some dangerous hitters coming up for Renner.
And that brings up Kyle Konechny, as you mentioned. Kyle will work from the stretch. And a strike called 0-1.
Konechny, a name I don't remember from the high school season for O'Gorman. Maybe he just was inactive the day they came down here to Yankton for our doubleheader, but that is the thing where most of this team ends up being O'Gorman comes over to Renner, but sometimes you get other guys as well. Some O'Gorman players go somewhere else, and vice versa.
And Konechny sends this one foul. I could swear that I've heard this name, though, before on another team we've broadcast. Maybe Harrisburg?
I don't think Harrisburg, but I know for a fact we called it a lot in last year's Legion State tournament. Because it's a name I recognized early on as something where I got to pronounce this right.
All right, so the 0-2 to Konechny. And now Cottle will deliver, and the runner does take off. This one's sent out toward center, and working his way under it is Goebel. He does glove it, and that is a 1 away. A fly out to center field, but the runner's still on first. And that'll bring up Solvin Schlimgen. Beautiful day at Riverside. The sun is really just starting to hit the field well. And now Cottle checking over and delivers. Runner goes. The throw well off target from Johnson into center field. Goebel there to back it up. So stolen base for Schlimgen. And now the pitch to Schlimgen. Misses away. It's a 1-0 count. Kyle checking in to Johnson. Johnson only caught one game yesterday. Caden Hughes caught the first game. And there's a strike in there in the inside portion of the plate. It's a 1-2 count.
Rare break behind the plate for Gavin Johnson. He's become a stalwart back there, but everybody needs their rest, especially on some warm days that have been happening as you get into the dog days of summer.
Now Cottle checks with the 1-2. And delivers. And pitch misses on the outside, 2-2 count. And now Cottle. Again, checking behind him and delivers. Pitch in the dirt and brings the count full. And the payoff pitch. Breaking ball, this one lifted high. In behind the backstop. And it is caught by Gavin Johnson. So pop out to the catcher.
From the catcher.
From the catcher, yeah. And they'll bring up Hunter Denboer. You have some commentary on him?
Yeah, Denboer was the Class A Player of the Year for Club High School Baseball in the state of South Dakota. He's Lucas Camshaw for Yankton was one of 5 finalists for that award, and they announced that after Game 1 of the state tournament up in Sioux Falls. That was just back 2 weeks ago, or yeah, just last week actually. It's been a quick week turnaround.
And a swing through for Denboer, 0-1 count. Kyle trying to work ahead.
Because they went over his stats when they announced it. The only one that's coming out to my mind right now is he hit over 600 in the high school season.
And pitch misses high and inside. Means the count to 1-1.
I should say around 600 in the high school season. Still, great numbers for Denboer.
And the ball misses low. Nice block by Johnson behind the plate. It's a 2-1 count. And the 2-1. Cottle from the stretch. Johnson shades to the outside of the plate. The delivery and gets away from Johnson, and the runner will advance to third in Huners. So the go-ahead run 90 feet from home with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
It was a good initial block from Johnson. Just took an awkward bounce off of his chest protectors. He got down into the dirt to get it and just scooted away to his left, allowed Huners to get to third.
And the 3-1. And this one is high in the infield, working his way under it. Feeser in foul territory, able to glove it over at first. So pop out to the third baseman. We'll end it in the bottom of the first. There were no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of inning number 2 with still no score. A scoreboard update brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Colby Cookta. To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Contact Colby Cookta, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball on KYNT, KYNTV.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Did you know Sherco offers more than egg tarps? As an industry leader in construction, waste, and flatbed tarping systems, Sherco offers manual and electric tarp systems for not only grain trailers and grain carts, but also side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, and more. To learn more, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best, demand Sherco.
Owen Wishon at the plate for Yankton with an 0-1 count, and that one misses on the outside. We said 1-1. I feel like we're past a 1-1 count. Either way. This one fouled back into the net, makes the count 1-2. Brayden, that would have taken your head off if it wasn't for the net.
That's stone cold. I stared it down.
No fear. And the 1-2 hit hard out toward left center, but it will drop for a hit. And Wishon thought about digging for two. And I think he thought a couple times about it. I thought he pulled his hamstring or something there. Did you see him rounding first? Kind of did the stutter step a few times. What a base hit for Owen Wishon to begin the top of inning number 2.
And that ball off the bat had some curve on it from Wishon. I think that's what caused the misjudge out in center field for Renner. Is it started to go almost just off to the left of that 355 sign. Ends up landing in front of the scoreboard here at Riverside Field. So definitely had some curve on it that adjusted the trajectory and the run of both the center and left fielders for Renner.
Easton Fieser at the plate takes a strike 0-1 at first today for Yankton. And Fieser hits this one out toward right center. Shallow, the wind's killing it. And almost colliding with the right fielder as Bjorkman is able to glove it. And as a pop out to the second baseman for the first out.
That's almost what we call a malfunction at the junction, to say the least.
That'll bring up Samuel Goki.
Goki in the Legion season has 6 plate appearances, only 2 registered at bats, but he's hitting .500. He is 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. He has 4 runs scored, and he has drawn 3 walks. So very patient in this Legion season so far for Goki when he gets to the plate.
Brody Jacobson looking over toward Wishon. Now delivers home, and swinging through is a Goki. Brings it out to 1-1. And Jacobson checking over again. Throws over. And in safe is Wishon. The 1-1. Jacobson delivers home and a called strike on Goki. One theme I'm looking for today, Brayden, or for Yankton to avoid, is strikeouts looking. And the 1-2. Ball misses on the inside, brings it out to 2-2. Coach Drew Lawrence talked about that in our post game. We heard that about just the aggression. He wants the aggression of his team to ramp up a little bit on close pitches. The 2-2 foul back into the net. Count remains.
We see that aggression translated on the base paths a lot for Yankton, but as you mentioned, as he mentioned, in the box sometimes post 12 seems to be more inclined to take those close pitches in tough counts, and it's cost them a few times of strikeouts looking. Try to be more aggressive when you're in those later counts.
Pitch misses on the outside, brings the count full to Goki. 1 away, 1 runner on. We're in the top of inning number 2. Still no score here at the Kyle Mueller Classic. The delivery misses inside, and that is a walk issued to Goki. So 2 runners on for Yankton, brings up Evan Sirk. Sirk out in right field in this game.
That is the 4th walk drawn this season by Sam Goki in 7 plate appearances. Very patient at the plate. I know that goes almost the exact opposite of what we just talked about, being more aggressive in the box, but Goki has shown a great eye so far in this Legion season.
And Jacobson delivers a cert, called strike, 0-1.
Cirque the second of 3 left-handed batters in this lineup today.
And the 0-1. The delivery. Calls strike on Cirque. He's now sitting at 0-2. Think I could bring a recliner up here, Brayden?
You need to get a little bit of a high recliner. It's a high window. Evan Cirque on the season is hitting .571. Sorry just to immediately change the subject, but .571 batting average on the season for Cirque. 4 hits, all singles, 4 RBIs, 4 runs score. He's a big fan of the 4 for 4, I guess. He's also got 1 walk drawn.
What if I put it on a platform?
Another big thing for Cirque is stolen bases. He's got 4 on the season.
The 0-2 to Cirque.
That was for comedic effect.
And swings through back. Got a piece of it, so stays alive.
Manufacture a little platform and put a lazy boy on top of it.
Oh, yes.
Your own personal throne. I'll just sit out here in a folding chair.
Well, that's what I need. Yeah. Get you some cinder blocks.
Give me some cinder blocks and like a thin padding. Like
just enough so I can say that I gave you padding.
2 cinder blocks and a 1/4-inch piece of memory foam. There's your chair.
The 0-2 to Cirque. And a called third strike on Cirque. Goes down looking. And that brings up Mark Cottle. He's 2 away here, 2 runners on.
Cottle with a chance to help himself at the plate after holding Renner scoreless in the bottom of the first. Looks to put the first run on the board for Yankton with a runner on second.
Called strike to open the at-bat, 0-1.
If Cottle is able to get on base as well, Austin Goebel is the man on deck.
Jacobson delivers. And swinging hard is Cottle through that one, 0-2. The 0-2. Call third strike, and Mark Cottle goes down looking. We mentioned it, but that's back-to-back. Strike 3's looking. That will end the top of inning number 2. 2 runners are left on. No errors, 1 hit, and no runs. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2 with still no score.
I'd like to take this time to thank a couple of our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible, starting with Graham Tire. If you notice issues with your vehicle, don't hesitate to call the service experts at Graham Tire because they do more than sell tires. Graham Tire of Yankton, your auto service and tire store next door. FNBO, the great big small bank, and for more than 165 years, they've been with you where you are. The UPS store, offering packing and shipping plus printing services, mailboxes, and direct mail services, helping small businesses reach their goals in Yankton across from Walmart. And Yankton Thrive. There's a thriving business economy in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all business from retail to manufacturing is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com.
All right, thank you, Brayden. Back in 60 seconds, Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball, KYNT and KYNTV.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Zach Dunham grounds to Mark Cottle to begin the bottom of inning number 2. That's one away. Nice play by Cottle there, and that brings up Brogan Moffitt, who has a strike. The 1 to Moffitt, called strike, just hit the outside corner. 0-2. Mark Cottle working ahead.
And that opening ground out really was the opener to this inning. It was the first pitch from Cottle, back up the middle to him. Had to go off to his right a little bit and snag it, so it was a tough play. Then he gets a 3-pitch strikeout.
Yeah, Mark Cottle setting it down Moffitt. And so that is his first strikeout of the game. And that brings up Jake Wheeler. Wheeler, the DH for Renner. Again, almost said O'Gorman. And breaking ball in the dirt, swings through 0-1.
That's 5 straight strikes to start this inning for Cottle if you count the first pitch that was swung on and grounded.
6 straight strikes. 0-2 is as Wheeler swings through an outside pitch. And the 0-2. And ground over to Kampshoff. Charging to his right now. Throws across his body. Nice scoop over at first by Easton Feeser. Give him that credit. But a 6-3 putout will end the bottom of inning number 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. We go to the top of inning number 3. Still no score. This scoreboard update brought to you by Alani New Energy Drinks. Wellness should feel good and taste good, which is why Alani New Energy Drinks should be a part of your daily routine. Increase physical performance and boost focus with just 10 calories, no sugar or gluten. Alani New Energy Drinks are a healthy way to fuel your fun. Back in 1 minute, Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball, KYNT, KYNTV.
Back in 1982, the most popular TV shows were 60 Minutes, Dallas, and MASH. Also back in 1982, Larry's Heating and Cooling began. This is Miles for Larry's 42nd year. We've got something special for you. For a limited time, get a Lennox high-efficiency furnace and air conditioner fully installed for just $5,842. That's right, $5,842. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion, your only locally owned Lennox dealer.
Are you ready for a hydration revolution? Introducing Ghost Hydration, the ultimate drink to keep you feeling refreshed and revitalized. It's packed with a unique blend of electrolytes and vitamins, giving you the perfect balance to conquer your day. And its variety of mouth-watering flavors will make your taste buds dance with joy. Hitting the gym, going on an adventure, or just need to pick me up? Ghost Hydration has your back. Experience the hydration revolution for yourself. Stay refreshed, stay revitalized, stay ghostly hydrated with Ghost Hydration.
All right, we get the top of inning number 3, and these teams are not letting us get back in from a break. Austin Goebel immediately sends one out to left field for a single, so runner on. Brings up Tate Bestie, and I'll turn it over to the one, the only, the returning Brayden Butler.
Oh, yeah, I am back today, huh? Yep. And that leadoff by Goebel was the first pitch of the inning as he's forced to slide back in over to first base on a throw over from Jacobson.
I miss Eric Bean.
We all do. I'm pretty sure he's – earlier I saw him just to the left.
He was on for like 3 minutes.
He's a great guy. Always good to talk to Eric. Be the first pitch? No, it will not be the first pitch of the at-bat. Goebel's forced to run back to first base safely again on the throw over from Brody Jacobson. I know Goebel's fast on the base paths, but a lot of throws over. Trying to poke the bat out there and get a bunt down for Tate Bestie, but he couldn't get it. Count goes 0-1 as we finally have a pitch come home. The 0-1 from Jacobson. Another bunt attempt from Bestie. He gets this one down. Schlimgen picks it up, throws over to first in time. Goebel's going to get to second. He took a big turn at second base as well and is forced to dive back in as Dunham pump faked from first. But Tate Bestie does advance the runner on a 2-3 putout. Ground him out to the catcher Schlimgen. Brings up Lucas Kampshoff. Shortstop grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Came back in the opening inning. Top of inning number 3 here. That is outside ball 1.
Mentioned already, Lucas Kampshoff's big day in the power alley out in right center.
He just loves those power alleys as that one misses as well for ball 2.
He's good at baseball.
Hot take.
Hot take.
3-0 count now for Cam Schaff as he takes that one low. See if he's taking all the way here. We could give you our attempt at expert analysis of mentioning how Cam Schaff he's pretty quick to get the bat to the ball, obviously has the power to drive it. He has a good follow-through on his swing. Sneaky fast on the base paths. I think that gets overlooked from time to time as he takes strike one. But the easier way to do it is just to say he's good at baseball.
Yep.
3-1. Just a bit underneath of it's popped up in foul territory and gloved by the first baseman. Took me a second to see who actually had it in their glove because both the first baseman and the pitcher, Dunham and Jacobson, both kind of almost collided and then ran away from each other. But it was Dunham who gloved it at first. 2 down now in the inning. Brings up Matthew Sheldon. DH, batting third today. Struck out in his first at-bat. Takes first pitch for ball 1. Good battle on that last at-bat by Jacobson on the mound. Gets down 3-0 in the count. Was able to battle back and force easy pop-up in foul territory. 1-0 pitch. Sent out to right field. Giving chase is the right fielder. Diving effort made. And he caught it out in right field. Absolutely stunning play out in there in right field as for a web gem. Who else? Hunter Denboer out there making the diving effort, ends the inning. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 1 runner left on here in the top of inning number 3 for Yankton. We go to the bottom half when we return on KYNT and KYNTV.
And I want to thank Northtown Automotive, your local Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. Visit northtownusa.com. And Floor Tech. Whether your home or floor is wet, call Floor Tech, 665-4839. Sureco, a proud supporter of Yankton Sports. When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. And State Farm, Roy Wilcox. Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance is helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, they will help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. That's Roy Wilcox State Farm, a proud supporter of Yankton Athletics. Back in 1 minute, Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball, KYNT, KYNTV.
I'm Colby Cookta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT. Call 605-665-4567 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. I'm Colby Cookta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
Are fine lines and wrinkles making you feel less confident? Imagine a smoother, more radiant you in just one visit. The solution? Botox. Dr. Elwood at Elwood Family Dental Care is trained and experienced in providing cosmetic Botox to reduce fine lines in the facial region. Say goodbye to frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead wrinkles and rediscover your natural beauty with safe and effective Botox treatment. Contact Elwood Family Dental Care today to schedule a consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
It's 8-9 and back to the top for Renner here on KYNT and KYNTV. Jackson Bjorkman with the grounder. Throw over is over the head of Easton Fieser at first. So Bjorkman could have been thrown out at first, is now standing on second base after that throwing error.
Yeah, the thing about the hot corner is you get less time than shortstop and especially second base. You really just have to field it cleanly, check, and put over a strong throw, check. Now it has to be accurate. That's where a lot of the errors come from, is that third base position.
Yeah, that's Sam Goki over there. Just left it over the head of Fieser. Jumped up and tried to get it. That brings up Jacob Sanderson, the left fielder, who lays down a bunt. Cotto gloves it on the mound. No play at first as Fieser was running down to try to cover a bunt as well, and there was no coverage at first base. So that's going to put runners at the corners after that bunt for Sanderson. Gets him back to the top of the order for Charlie Uners.
So runners at the corners now.
Cottle fires over quickly to first base, trying to get him out there. Sanderson dives back in safely, though. Here's at the plate, singled to open this ball game. One of the first pitches we saw today. One of the first pitches he saw today. Ball low. Runner advances to second as well as it goes in and out of the glove of Gavin Johnson. Heater singled, stole a base, got around to third before being stranded there to end inning number 1.
Things are not going well in the bottom of the third.
No, definitely could be better.
A series of unfortunate events have occurred.
Calm down, Lemony Snicket. Mercado, though, trying to battle back on the mound. He's down 2-0 in the count to Uners. 2-0. This is low and away, ball 3. Mentioned it earlier. Cottle was able to strand 25 runners on the base paths during the high school season. Has a bit of a knack for working himself out of jams, which is something you like to see from a starter. But this one is high and deep out to left field. Giving chase is Tate Bestie. He gloves it on the warning track. Should be deep enough to score the run. Cut off, gets into Goki at third. No play at the plate. Runner stays at second. A sac fly RBI for Charlie Uners means that Renner takes a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of inning number 3. Brings up Kyle Konechny, the center fielder. Flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Somebody still watches South Park, the way they just said Kyle. It was in the same tone as Eric Cartman.
Is that a show? I'm joking.
I don't know. Ground ball to Kampshoff at short. Fires quickly over to third. Tag down. In there in time. They get the lead runner. Heads up play by Lucas Kampshoff. Konechny reaches first on a 6-5 fielder's choice. So now it's a runner at first with 2 down in the inning. And considering just a few moments ago, Yankton had runners on second and third with nobody out. Only 1 run coming across and now nobody in scoring position. I consider that almost best case scenario for post 12. Schlimgen to the plate now. First pitch to him, swung on a miss. Johnson, throw down to second, not there in time. Took a bit of a bobble trying to transfer from glove to hand for Johnson. Still a good throw down. We've seen him get a couple guys on that this year. Runner now goes back to scoring position in an 0-1 count to Schlimgen. Make it 0-2. Takes that one for a strike. Cottle comes set again. Checks the runner on second, Konechny. Schlimgen pops this one up over our heads and out of play.
Almost had it.
Yeah, all you had to do is jump through the ceiling.
You don't know my vertical game.
I think this ceiling looks pretty sturdy. Sheet metal.
Don't worry, I can jump like an inch. So, and probably still pull a hammy.
The 0-2 misses outside for a ball. You got one of them verticals where they try to slip a piece of paper underneath while you're jumping, and it's just a tough task.
Just bends the paper.
I relate to that. The 1-2. Swung on, sent out to right center field. Cirque shades underneath of it. And gloves it for out number 3 out in right. Runner gets stranded on the base paths, but 1 run does come across for Renner on 1 hit. 1 error as well, and of course that runner left on. 1-0 your score as we head to the top of inning number 4. Renner leads Yankton as we head to the top half. That scoreboard update brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Colby Kukta. To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Contact Colby Kukta, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. 1-0 when we return here on KYNT and KYNTV. We'll be back with the Yankton Bats in 60 seconds.
University of South Dakota football and volleyball season tickets are available now. The Coyote football team reached new heights in 2023, totaling 10 wins and hosting 2 home playoff games. South Dakota volleyball continued their tradition of success last season, clinching a share of the regular season Summit League title. Join the party this upcoming season and secure your seats today. For ticket information, visit goyotes.com.
Hey Yankton, are you looking to get down and dirty with full-time benefits and great pay? This is Luke from Hydro Maintenance. Come join our maintenance team where every day is something new, from electrical and all the way to hydraulics. We need your hands-on experience and mechanical knowledge. Hydro Maintenance is waiting for you. At Hydro, you will be a part of a bigger story, a story shaped by you. Apply today. Jobs.hydro.com. That's jobs.hydro.com. Search Yankton.
Welcome back in here. KYNT, KYNTV. Brody Jacobson still on the mound for O'Gorman. Yankton now trails in this one 1-0. Trying to tie this game back up at least, even take a lead of their own. Owen Washon's going to get it started. Singled in his first at-bat back in the second inning. Sends it out to left center field, and it dropped between the center fielder and left fielder. Try to find a similar gap here. Takes ball one. Missed a little low from Jacobson. Washon, Feezer, and Goki is your three-batter minimum for post 12. Takes that one inside, clips the inner part. Strike one. 1-2. That one a little more inside. Has to get the knees out of the way. Ball 2 to Washon. Two count now to Washon. That one misses high. Count goes full. Take it back to that pitch that missed inside where Washon got the legs out of the way as it was coming for his shin. Sounded like somebody said, "You're wearing the leg guard, just take it." But Washon's going to take first base for free anyway as he draws the walk there. Sometimes the chirping's funny.
It can be. Still miss the chirping of Cooper Groten has.
Cooper Groten has sometimes just start making noises, and I loved every minute of it. Stepping into the box now for Yankton is Easton Feezer after that opening walk from Owen Washon.
12 for 3 here. 12 for 3. 3 will re-enter.
Gonna get a courtesy runner here.
Number 5, first baseman, Easton Feezer.
So Frankie Entveld is running for Owen Washon. As it looks like Washon's going over to the bullpen. First pitch, hot shot down the first base line, foul. The home plate umpire did say that Washon would re-enter. Every starter gets one re-entry.
Who's in the dugout down here? White shirt.
Try to figure that out myself now. We'll get that hard-hitting information to you as soon as we can of who is in the dugout. It is an 0-1 count. Feezer pops this one up out of play, sends it foul. 0-2 count.
Feezer's trying to take out the Yankton crowd back-to-back. Foul balls. Trying to make sure Sager gets his cardio in.
Yeah, Trey Sager going after that one. That one finds his own for strike number 3. Sets him down looking. Brings up Sam Goki. Goki reached on a walk in his last at-bat. And with Washon warming up in the bullpen, I know Cottle's had a great day to start, but it goes back to what Coach Lawrence said in the pregame or postgame last night, where you got a couple big games coming up that count towards the power points for Class A. Tuesday night. T-words, man. I'm all over the place. A couple big games coming against Watertown on Tuesday night, so if you keep him under a minimum pitch limit, you can pitch him again on Tuesday. Throw over to first, not in time. You still do have the high school rule book up here, and I think the pitch rules are the same as that one's in there for a strike to Goki. We take a look at Mark Cottle's pitch count here. As long as he is under 45 pitches, 45 or less pitches, he can come back and pitch on Tuesday. Swung on a miss there by Goki, strike number 3. And Jacobson started to walk towards the dugout. He thought that was out number 3. Back-to-back punch-outs, though.
I think they had 2 outs on the board. Maybe not. I don't know.
First pitch sent out to left field. A little flare for Evan Sirk. He singles, moves Frankie Entveld to second base. Brings up Mark Cottle.
Yep, June 4th, Watertown in town. Doubleheader. That broadcast in honor of Katie Ladwig, because it's my wedding anniversary of that night. Or that day. Just that night.
Cottle takes for ball one. And if the plan is to relieve Cottle before he gets to that 46 pitch mark, he's at 37 on the day. One in there for a strike. It's a 1-1 count now to Cottle. If he's as efficient in next inning as he was in the second inning, he could pitch a full inning without hitting that 46 pitch mark. But big swing there. Strike two to Cottle. 1-2 count now to the pitcher. Austin Goebel on deck if it gets to him. 2 down in the inning, 2 runners on. First and second, Entveld on second, Sirk on first. Jacobson checks Entveld at second and takes strike 3. Cottle a little upset with himself after that one as it clipped the outer part of the plate for strike number 3. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base in that half inning. We go to the bottom half of inning number 4 here on KYNT and KYNTV. Do want to thank Pizza Ranch for legendary chicken and the best pizza. It's Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway or over the phone at 665-1222. First Chiropractic Center, making life better one adjustment at a time. Aztec of Yankton, they are founded on innovation and passion to help their customers. You can build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. And click careers at aztecindustries.com. And Stockman's Motorsports, your local Polaris dealer with a full lineup of Rangers and Sportsmen ready to get you in the fields, in the woods, or wherever you like to go. Stockman's Motorsports is a proud supporter of all area athletes. It is Owen with Sean on the mound. Mark Cottle moves to second base. We'll have more for you when we return on KYNT and KYNTV back in 60 seconds.
¿Está buscando una casa para comprar? Me llamo Deb Speck de Vision Real Estate y puedo ayudarle a encontrar la casa perfecta. Yo sé que la barrera del idioma puede ser difícil, pero puedo facilitar el proceso. Escoja a un agente que se habla español. Envíeme un mensaje de texto 605-661-9398.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfasts and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
First pitch from Owen Washon, high and tight for ball 1. Washon takes over after Mark Cottle threw 37 pitches. Below that threshold where he only needs 1 day of rest, so he can pitch again on Tuesday in that doubleheader against Watertown.
Pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was not earned, and no walks and a strikeout.
Efficient couple innings at the office. Of course, while this Kyle Mueller Classic is important for pride and just winning and having confidence, this has popped up in foul territory. This game does not count towards the power points for Class A, even though both these teams are in Class A for Legion Ball.
But this pitching change is brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com.
2-2 swung on and missed from Denboer. Washon starts the inning with a punch-out. Great way to start your relief effort.
So on the Tuesday doubleheader, Brayden, during my and Katie's anniversary, are you going to bring me a gift? Isn't that how that works?
My gift is trying my best to get you out of here as soon as possible. Pop up in the infield. Mark Cottle gloves it with the left hand. Out number 2. Quick pair of outs for Owen Washon here.
We're celebrating our anniversary tomorrow in Mow My Lawn.
That's the American dream.
Yep.
Just getting out there and mowing the lawn.
And she's going to post some stuff on Yankton Facebook garage sale. So
that's. You guys really are just an all-American couple, ain't you?
We're getting old, man.
I'm going to mow the lawn, and she's going to post some stuff for the garage sale. It's a 1-0 count. That's the dream right there. That one sent out foul territory, out of play. 0-2.
Without the kids, so really the dream.
Yeah. The real American dream. Pitch swung on, fouled off again. Somebody somewhere, I think, caught it, judging from the reaction, but I didn't see.
What is it? What's the Rookie of the Year? What, the kid that breaks his arm? Yeah, Rookie of the Year, yeah. Find me that arm.
Find me that arm. No, I think, isn't Rookie of the Year the Dennis Quaid one?
They're both named Rookie of the Year.
They're both named Rookie of the Year.
I'm going to need you to catch up on your 90s baseball movies, okay?
Got catch up on the count here as a couple balls have come through. It's a 3-2 count now.
You're embarrassing me.
Look, I know Major League. I know the Dennis Quaid Rookie of the Year. Full count. Swung on down the third base line and foul.
You really don't know? You're a Cubs fan. You don't know Rookie of the Year?
I know Henry Rodengartner, all right? I just didn't know that they were both named Rookie of the Year. I'm aware of the movie.
I'm like showing you pictures. For those, I'm showing Brayden pictures.
I've seen the movie. I guess I just never realized it was also called Rookie of the Year.
41% of Rotten Tomatoes. That's about right.
I have opinions on that. Strike 3 called, though, as Owen Washon gets a punch out. His second of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs, no errors. Nobody left on base for Renner. We go to the top of inning number 5 here on KYNT and KYNTV in a 1-0 ball game. Yankton trails. That scoreboard update brought to you by Alani New Energy Drinks. Wellness should feel good and taste good, which is why Alani New Energy Drinks should be part of your daily routine. Increase physical performance, boost focus, just 10 calories, no sugar or gluten. Alani New Energy Drinks are a healthy way to fuel your fun. Back in 60 seconds with the top of the 5th on KYNT, KYNTV.
Get it cleaned with Buell's.
Dress shirts, suits, dresses, coats. At Buell's, they specialize in dry cleaning and pressing. You can pick it up or even have it delivered.
Got a tough stain you're worried about getting out? Leave it to Buell's. They're experts in getting out those nasty stains.
Do you wash your own comforter? If you really want it clean, let Buell's do it. Their large-size washers are perfect for comforters.
If you need it clean, take it to Buell's. 444 West 3rd, Yankton.
Boston Shoes to Boots is proud to support Yankton High School athletics. Boston Shoes to Boots is your headquarters for quality and comfortable shoes for the whole family. From athletics and work boots to sandals and dress, we have you covered by our popular brands like Brooks, New Balance, Birkenstock, Red Wing, Keen, and so many more. Shop our location downtown at 313 Cedar Street or visit us online at bostonshoestoboots.com. Boston Shoes to Boots, your footwear experts since 1915.
Goble to lead things off. Tate Bestie on deck. Lucas Kamshoff in the hole is your 3-batter minimum. It's a high chopper. Goes back to the pitcher. Jacobson fires over to first. In there just in the nick of time. Goble almost beat it out. Running so fast, it took him all the way to right field. Slow down. Could not get there in time. 1 up, 1 down in the inning. On a 1-3 put out, brings up Tate Bestie.
Running his way all the way to Nationals in Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah, it would be west. Yeah, he is heading the right way.
I'll act like I knew that.
I had to think for several seconds, which is not my strong suit. 0-1 count to Bestie as he takes strike 1.
4 more than usual. Brayden, I'm sorry. That was so mean.
Not even the meanest thing you've ever said to me.
not even the meanest today.
On this broadcast. Sharp as the thumb is going to stick with me. Another chopper back to the pitcher. Jacobson gloves it, fires over to first, in there in time again. Back-to-back 1-3 putouts means 2 down and nobody on for Lucas Kamshoff.
I think Kamshoff should hit this one into the river.
Should make a deposit at the bank at the Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Take strike one.
No pressure. I'll settle for the park.
I'll settle for a triple off the wall. No, takes that one high for ball one. It's a 1-1 count now to Cam Schaaf. Coach Lawrence right now in Yankton would just like to get a base runner here in this inning. It's been 2 up, 2 down to start. 2-1 count now to Cam Schaaf after that. Misses for a ball as well. If Cam Schaaf's able to get on, it's Matthew Sheldon on deck. Owen Washon is in the hole. Takes that one high for ball 3. 3-1 count now to Cam Schaaf. Was in a 3-1 count in his last at-bat before popping out in foul territory. But he's going to take ball 4 here and take first base. That brings up Matthew Sheldon. Time taken on the field. Schlebgen wants to talk to his pitcher, Jake Jacobson.
Quick, favorite baseball movie, go.
Probably Major League. That or Moneyball. For 2 very different reasons.
Major League. Ironically, Major League 2 is my favorite. Here's why. I have a reason, though. So I was allowed to watch Major League growing up, but I had to be with my dad, right? Rated R. But my mom and dad let me watch Major League 2. It was rated PG-13. Basically over and over on our VHS tapes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just learned to love that one.
Grew up on. It's like Too Fast, Too Furious isn't a great movie, but I grew up on it. So I will defend it to the day I die. And I think Major League 2 is a good movie. Not to like imply that it was bad. I just think Major League 1 is better. The 1-0 to Sheldon. Hits the zone for strike 1, so it's a 1-1 count now.
I include them in one whenever everyone asks me about my favorite movies. The first 2 Major League movies count as one.
They count as 1, and they're number 1. 1-1 outside, ball 2 to Sheldon. There was a third one of those, right?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have been.
That's what I'm saying about that.
Probably shouldn't have been. There's 2. There's only 2 Major League movies. The 2-1 sent up the middle. In the air, on a line to the center fielder. It is gloved out in center for out number 3. Line out to the center fielder ends the 5th inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of inning number 5 here on KYNT and KYNTV. Do want to take the time to thank a couple of our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible. Starting with the Fox Stop. For all your daily convenience and fuel needs, make a stop at the Fox Stop. Buell's Cleaners. For rugs, uniforms, linens, and other cleaning services, go to Buell's in downtown Yankton. Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. And MT&RC Smith Insurance, an independent insurance agency offering you a variety of products for your individual, family, and business needs. Back in 60 seconds as Yankton Post 12 is back out in the field when we return on KYNT and KYNTV.
Yankton is thriving, especially in the summer months, with all our visitors to the area. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. Let our guests see the appreciation we have for them visiting the Yankton area. There are a lot of choices where to vacation, and we are extremely happy they chose us. So smile and say hi. Be kind to them in traffic. Let them experience what we already know. Yankton is a wonderful and friendly place to be. Who knows? Maybe they'll end up being your neighbor or coworker.
Hey, why are you in the garage?
This storm is bad. I'm worried about the garage doors.
Come on, what could happen?
A lot. Hail could dent the doors. Like that. And high winds could bend the doors or even break them. Like that.
So when that happens, what happens?
You call Upper Midwest Garage Door.
Upper Midwest Garage Door offers reliable storm damage repair for residential and commercial doors. We're an authorized Clopay dealer serving eastern South Dakota. Visit us at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYNTV, 0-2 swinging. Strike 3 to lead things off here in the bottom of inning number 5. That's Jake Wheeler. Sat down with the punch out. That's already 3 Ks that have been hung by Owen Washon in the first 4 batters he's faced. Looks for another one here as Jackson Bjorkman comes to the plate. Bjorkman reached on an error and came around to score, and so far he is the lone run on the board. Takes strike 1 looking.
If people knew what baseball movie we both agree is overrated, we might have someone coming up here trying to attack us. It's a beloved movie, Brayden.
Your other hint is I can never say it out loud because I'm from Iowa. That one will give it away, but I'm not going to say it out loud, so you can't prove it. That one misses low, gets through the wicket to Gavin Johnson for ball 2.
I said it was overrated. Brayden said it's the worst movie ever made.
Actually, you could flip that.
I never said that.
my words were, I think it's good, but it definitely does get overhyped by some people. 3-1 after that one misses for a ball from Owen Washon. Battles back with a strike there. Count goes full to Jackson Bjorkman.
The ending scene is a tearjerker, though.
Yeah, something, I don't know. They did something. They made something, and people showed up, or whatever they said. 3-2 pitch sent out to right field, and it will be gloved out and right. Barely had to move out there, did Cirque. For out number 2. So that's 5 batters faced for Washon. All of them have gone down. 3 Ks, a pop out to the second baseman, and a line out to right field. That's the 5 batters Washon's faced so far. We'll see if Sanderson can change that. Singled back in the 3rd inning. And actually, I believe they ruled out a fielder's choice at the end of the day. Stole a base and then was picked off heading to 3rd on a fielder's choice. 2-0 count he's in now after a couple balls miss. .2-0 chopped away for strike 1. And before anyone starts screaming at their screens, The Sandlot is also a top baseball movie in my catalog. This one, chopper to the shortstop, Cam Schaff. He gloves it, fires across in time, and that's out number 3. That'll do it for the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down, and 6 up, 6 down in total since Owen Washon has gone out there. That one a 6-3 put out to end things. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the top of inning number 6 here on KYNT and KYNTV. 1-0, Renner leads Yankton. That scoreboard update brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Colby Cookta. To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Contact Colby Cookta, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Yankton bats when we return back in 60 seconds. KYNT, KYNTV.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
As times change, technology changes. Don't be left behind by your contact lenses. Vision Care Associates now offers infused multifocal contact lenses, specialized lenses that can provide you with clear vision at multiple distances without switching between glasses and contacts. Don't let glasses slow you down any longer. Call us today to schedule an appointment to try infused multifocal contact lenses.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Owen Washon lines out to center field as we return here in the top of the 6th. We send it back over to Bryce Ladwig, calling the closer here to bring us down the home stretch.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We're switching on and off. All right, cool. So now Easton fees are up. I just got so used to you.
Do you want to switch back?
Nah.
No, I'm kidding.
And Feezer takes the ball on the outside, 1-0.
Feezer is 0 for 2 on the day. Pop out and a strikeout so far in this one.
Call strike on the inside. It's a 1-1 count to Feezer. Yankton has out-hit Renner in this game 3-2, but trailing 1-0 here in the top of inning number 6.
Getting through 5 innings with only 1 run allowed to this Renner team that has put 33 runs on the board across their 3 games so far in the Kyle Mueller Classic, including 20 in 1 game.
And delayed strike call there. It's a 2-2 count to Feezer. First baseman had a really nice snag over there at first earlier in this game. Saved an error. And takes the ball, and the count is now full. And the delivery and the payoff pitch sent into the opposing bullpen. Where's some Norfolk players there? Just wondering. Good thing they have the head on a swivel.
Well, I saw a group of them playing with a hacky sack earlier in the bullpen. I think Renner kicked him out at one point, like, hey, we're going to need that, guys.
Please leave with the bullpen. And Easton Fieser draws a walk. His first time on base today, and they'll bring up Samuel Goki. Samuel Goki, a walk and a strikeout in the game. Another good baseball movie, Brayden. 61. Have you seen it?
Can't say I've seen that one.
Add it to the list.
You and Josh, neither of you think I'm cultured with movies.
And the pitch misses high in the ball, and taking off for second is Easton Fieser, and that will be a stolen base. Yankton has the tying run in scoring position.
Haven't been a lot of base runners today to show that aggressiveness, but Yankton staying on the front foot on the base paths. Very rarely when guys get to first do they stay there for too long.
And so an 0-1 count at the plate to Goki. And Jacobson set to deliver the 0-1. Call strike outside, 0-2 count now. Right now, this is the most important at-bat of the game for Yankton.
Runner on second. Need a run to tie. This is definitely to this point the most important at-bat.
The 0-2 misses high. It's a 1-2 count. And the 1-2. And a called strike 3 on Goki. And that'll bring up Evan Sirk.
By my count, that's the 7th strikeout of the game for Jacobson on the mound. He has been dealing. We talked about the Renner bats coming in, but their pitching rotation is also very, very good.
And 5 of those 7, Brayden, have been strikeouts looking. First pitch to Evan Sirk. Evan Sirk had one of those strikeouts looking back in the second and has a 1-0 count here.
Sirk did come back with a single in his last at-bat as well. Was stranded at first, however.
And hits this one out towards center, and it will be caught out in center field. A diving catch from Konechny. That's the second time, yeah.
I say sorry there for cutting you off. Second one we've seen today from this Renner outfield. They're just getting it done. Even when you think it's going to drop in front of them, they're out there diving for it.
And so no runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left on base as we go to the bottom of inning number 6. And thanks to our sportscaster partner, Explorers Credit Union. Watch the Coaches Show Saturday mornings in the fall, winter, and spring months. Sponsored by Explorers Credit Union. Explorers Credit Union is here to help with the vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. And Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923. Back in 1 minute, Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball, KYNT, KYNTV.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose. Sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. At Yankton Rexall, when you feel under the weather, we want to help. But there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with the daily medications you're taking. The Yankton Rexall staff is there to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923.
Ground beef is only $2.99 a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And $2.99 a pound is not just the price today or this week, it's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop and count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for ground beef every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Pitching changes are brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When it's time for a new job, maybe a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Tate Bestie on the mound for Yankton. as Issa Nelson will go to left field. We'll get to that in a second. This one's sent out toward center. Austin Goebel under it, and he is able to put away Charlie Huners here in the 6th. Finish my thought for me, Brayden.
You mentioned it there. Easton Nelson comes out of the dugout to play left field, and Owen Washon moved back to second base. So Bestie came in from left, Washon back to second. Cottle has left the game. Easton Nelson has entered the game out in left field.
And Owen Washon's final stats are as follows. 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, and no walks and 3 strikeouts. In a 1-0 count to Tate Bestie to Kyle Konechny, who just saved a run there in the top of inning number 6. A diving catch out in center field. I imagine saved a run because I'm pretty sure that Coach Lawrence was definitely going to be sending Feezer in the event of a hit.
Yeah, Feezer was on second. Especially you make that diving effort in center. That ball gets by you. You look at who's at the plate that at bat. That's Evan Sirk. You let that thing roll to the fence with nobody really around to get it. Could have been 2 runs.
So 3-0 count at the plate to Konechny. And it's a 3-1 count as a strike is called.
Yeah, Konechny was taken all the way there. He even started to push the pellets around in the box before the pitch had really even hit the gloves. So.
And the 3-1. Grounder to Kamshoff. Kamshoff, the throw over to Feezer is in time.
6-3 put out there.
Then brings up Sullivan Schlimgen. Pop out to the catcher and a fly out to right field so far in this game. Almost had a Tel Tanner moment there. Something almost flew out of the window. The wind is a howling today as the pitch misses low and away 1-0. Probably a good thing we don't have the camera out there anyway, Brayden.
Yeah, the way the wind's blowing, yeah.
End up in center field.
Be an interesting angle, just looking up at Goebel.
So 2-0 count, field level. Have him take it with him. And the 2-0.
Like off the field or to Oregon?
No. And that one's called 2-1 count at the plate to Sullivan Schlimgen. And a strike call, 2-2. We should mic up some of these players. Do the during the game interviews. And the 2-2.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
This one foul back into the net by Schlimgen. Well, it's better than probably miking up Coach Lawrence.
Hey, look, these post-12 players are upstanding citizens, but at the end of the day, they are high school boys.
And the 2-2. Check swing, pull back in time. On a pitch in the outside. Brings the count full. Bestie delivers off the handle as Schlimgen tries to take out his first base coach.
Update on the baseball movie conversation everybody was really waiting for. Sent out a text to Josh Bolter to see his opinions, and his top 3 are very similar to mine with Major League, Sandlot, and Moneyball. Also says shout out to Rookie of the Year and For the Love of the Game.
For Love of the Game is a great movie. And grounder over to Kamshoff, and the throw off target, a rare throwing error from Kamshoff. Pulls Feezer off the bag, and reaching first safely is Schlimgen. A very rare throwing error.
Yeah, Kamshoff usually sure as ever at shortstop.
All right, let's put a nail in this movie conversation. I will say this. Unpopular opinion, but, you know, it's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
For Love of the Game, the best Kevin Costner baseball movie.
For the Love of the Game is the one where he throws the perfect game, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. and it's dramatic romance part of this movie as well.
And John C. Reilly's there.
Yes.
For whatever reason.
And a pitch in the dirt, blocked by Gavin Johnson as Schlimgen takes second and now in scoring position for Renner.
Big block by Johnson there because the way Schlimgen was moving, if that gets by him and it's tough to get there, he could have scooted over to second or over to third.
Way to give spoilers, Brayden. And the 1-0 to a movie that's like 25 years old now.
Spoilers.
And this one hit out toward left into foul territory. So Nelson gives chase, but unless he wants to climb a fence in foul territory, that is just going to act as a long strike one.
And Hunter Denboer showing that he has power in that bat.
Someone is chasing after that foul ball.
There's a fan that pulled his bicycle up near the left field fence. I wonder if they went out and got the admission fee for this game from him.
There is $1 per foul ball.
It is $1 now.
Yeah. Knows to heard what happened here on the foul ball inflation rate.
The going rate for foul balls.
The going rate. 4 more years, it's going to be like $5 a foul ball.
At that point, I'm just going to quit my job and go collect foul balls.
Get some new kicks. Do some stretches with the team. And a 1-1. As you would say, we've lost cabin pressure.
Yeah, it's a Josh Bolter original. I like to steal things from him sometimes.
Well, he owes me $47, so.
Give him like 2 of those dollars back for the saying, I guess.
1-1 count to Hunter Denboer. The Class A High School Baseball Player of the Year, as you already mentioned, was awarded that at the Birdcage a couple weekends ago.
It's 0 for 2 on the day, but don't let that fool you too much.
It was actually just last weekend. And this one in the dirt and blocked by Johnson. It's 3-1 count. It's going to be our block of the game. Prevented another run from reaching another 90 feet closer to home. This is brought to you by H&R Block, open year-round, providing bookkeeping, payroll, and tax services. Call 665-3366. And Bestie steps off the mound. And it scares back Schlimgen.
Denboer's had a quiet day at the plate. But all it takes is one swing for him to start getting loud again, so you got to be careful.
And a 3-1 called. Strike brings the count full.
Denboer thought that one was high. He started to toss the bat back to the dugout.
And the payoff pitch over to Kamshoff. Kamshoff on target with this one and just fires a missile over to Feezer. So a 6-3 putout ends the bottom of inning number 6. And there was no runs, no hits, one error, and 1 runner left on. Top of the 7th coming up, and that scoreboard update as Renner leads Yankton 1-0 is brought to you by Alani New Energy Drinks. Wellness should feel good and taste good, which is why Alani New Energy Drinks should be a part of your daily routine. Increase physical performance and boost focus with just 10 calories, no sugar or gluten. Alani New Energy Drinks are a healthy way to fuel your fun. Back in 60 seconds, this is Yankton Post 12, Legion Baseball, KYNT, KYNTV.
Want to take the hassle out of servicing your heating or cooling system? Then sign up for the Kaiser Signature Membership Program. This is Chris Frick with Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Not only will you get peace of mind knowing your units are being serviced regularly, but being a Kaiser Signature member gives you priority service, a discount on parts and labor, and no overtime rates. Take comfort and let our qualified professional technicians keep you running.
Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
If you're like a lot of South Dakotans, you've made a purchase online for services or products and have had no issues. Unfortunately, scammers view the internet as their playground, and they're constantly deploying new scams to attempt to take your hard-earned funds. Fraudulent websites have grown by leaps. Consumers and businesses need to check all aspects of a website before making any type of purchase. Questions regarding this scam should be directed to South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
All right, welcome back to Riverside Field. Yankton bats coming up. Their last chance at Brayden, trailing Renner 1-0.
Easton Nelson's going to try to get the party started here. It's him leading off, Austin Goebel on deck, and Tate Bestie rounds out the 3-batter minimum as Brody Jacobson's still on the mound looking to go a complete game here for Renner.
Yeah, his pitch count is at standby. Continue to stand by. I'll let you know. But it's a 1-0 count to
Nelson.
Nelson, thank you. No, I was freaked out. I looked down and saw Mark Cottle on my sheet. I was like, uh-oh. But Easton Nelson takes a 1-0, low and away, 2-0 count.
So with that pitch there, Jacobson is now at 90 pitches on the day. 105 is the maximum, and once you hit that 105, you can finish the batter. So he's got about 15 pitches to work with still.
And that one misses as well. It's a 3-0 count to Easton Nelson. Easton Nelson had some great grabs in the outfield yesterday. Takes a strike here, 3-1. And I mean magnificent grabs. Tracking him down, he's really found a nice spot out there in left field. The 3-1. Called striking the outside, brings the count full.
That's somebody on the team who you heard Coach Lawrence talk about earlier in the season. Hasn't really played outfield at all during his coming up through the ranks.
And strike 3 looking on Easton Nelson. That is 1 away, and that will bring up Austin Goebel. Goebel a single and a ground out to the pitcher so far in the game. And first pitch to Goebel is a comebacker to Jacobson on the mound. Underhands over to first and gets Goebel. It's a back-to-back groundouts to the pitcher for Goebel. And that will bring up Tate Bestie. A ground out to second, a ground out to the catcher, and a ground out to the pitcher for Bestie today.
Post 12's down to their final out with this as well. Bestie wants to get on base here because the guys who are coming up next could change the complexion of this game with one swing of the bat.
And a strike called. 0-1. This one's sent back into the net, makes the count 0-2. The 0-2 to Bestie. Misses the outside, 1-2 count.
That is a tough take with the final out of the game. Great discipline from Bestie.
And 1-2. This one lifted a foul. So Bessie steps back into the box with a 1-2 count.
Now that is too much of a focal point because Jacobson will be allowed to finish the batter. He's at 98 pitches.
And Bessie just crushes the nicest looking foul ball of the game. Oh, words are hard sometimes, Brayden.
If words were easy, everybody would speak. That's why toddlers can't do it well.
And the 1-2. And straightens this one out, but it will be out toward left. And grabbing it for the third out is Solvin Schlimgen. And so that will do it. Renner will move on to the Kyle Mueller Classic Championship, defeating Yankton 1-0. A very close game here today. And Yankton, of course, falls 1-0 as I mentioned. They hit Renner 3-2. Yankton had 2 errors, Renner no errors. And we'll have the rest of your stats coming up in the Yankton Rexall post-game show. Don't go anywhere. This is Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball on KYNT and KYNTV.
The other day, a guy came into the UPS store to pick up some blueprints we had printed for him. While we were finishing up the order, he asked about business cards as he was about out of his current supply. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. We all have various printing needs and the UPS store is here to help. Stop into our locations in Yankton or Vermilion and ask about our current print specials. Oh, the gentleman from earlier? We had new business cards ready for him the very next business day.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Join Yankton Thrive and Yankton Medical Clinic for summer safety tips on June 6th from 12:10 to 12:50 p.m. at Thrive. Bring your lunch and we'll make sure you get back to work on time. Dr. Scott Kindle, dermatologist at Yankton Medical Clinic, will be discussing sun dangers to your skin. Convenient Care will be educating on frequent summer illnesses and injuries and how to prevent them. And Crystal Vogt, occupational medicine, will offer additional summer tidbits. All are welcome. Bring your lunch and don't miss this community event. See you June 6th at noon at Yankton Thrive.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
You can get expert eye care in Yankton with Avera Medical Group Wilcoxon Eye Associates. Here, eye diseases and injuries receive the best care because we offer the newest surgical techniques, supported by the best technology. We'd be honored to be on the forefront of your eye care. Learn more by visiting avera.org/Wilcoxon. avera.org/Wilcoxon.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Welcome to the Yankton Rexall post-game show. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923. I'm in the Fairfield Inn and Suites broadcast booth. Hot breakfast, large family rooms, and a great location can be found at Fairfield Inn and Suites in Yankton at 2607 Broadway Avenue, or by calling 605-653-2250. Post-game coach interview brought to you by Rhonda Westland, State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. Being joined by Coach Drew Lawrence. Coach, thanks for joining us. Obviously, a tough loss, and it's kind of right away to say this, but really just tough game fought by Yankton, 1-0 against a Renner team that has really proven they can put up some runs. So great pitching performance at the very least from Yankton.
We played a pretty clean game. I mean, we had a couple errors on defense, but our pitching was good. We had really good at bats. They had a good pitcher going. That's close. It's hard to say this in a loss, but that's close to as good as we can play. We hit some balls really hard, and they made some really good plays on some balls where we could have scored some runs. The wind helped both defenses out today. But if I'm looking at just us, like Matthew, that ball might have been out if the wind's not blowing in. But we played really well, and our pitching did really well today.
Yeah, expand on the pitching a little bit more. Mark Cottle pitched 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, wasn't earned, had a strikeout, really dependent on some weak contact, depending on his defense behind him. They came through, and you said you wanted to get him some work in, so that's a good day of work for him.
Yeah, so if these games would have counted towards Class A seedings, he would have gone farther, but they didn't. So we wanted him available for Tuesday in relief, and Washawn needed more work too, and Bestie, we know it was a good combination because Mark doesn't throw slow, but he doesn't throw hard, and Washawn throws a little bit with more velocity. So then we go from Mark to Washawn, and then Bestie doesn't throw very hard. So it was a good mix and match for us to go out there and do it. And I know those three are going to compete. So our pitching was very good today. They didn't, even individually, they didn't throw very many pitches. I don't know what our total pitches was today, because when we switch pitchers like that, we don't really keep track of the total number, but it had to be pretty low. So pitching really stepped up today.
All right, and then you mentioned that they threw a really nice pitcher in Brody Jacobson. How do you feel about Yankton's approach at the plate today?
It was good. I mean, he worked really fast. I liked our approaches. I thought, we were trying to swing, get our pitches early, and like I said, we hit some balls hard that ended up getting caught. But I liked our approaches today much more than our first game yesterday. So yeah, if we can continue to do that, then we'll be all right.
Lucas Kamshoff getting the scholarship for the Kyle Mueller Classic, and speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, this is what this term is for, right? It's for Kyle Mueller, and it's for family, and last year was the first time that the Mueller family decided that they were going to do a scholarship instead. Last year, I think Josh Eldon was the recipient of it, and I mean, there's a criteria to it, but basically, we want kids that embody what Kyle Mueller was and how he was as a teammate and hard worker, and I don't think that we could find a better person than Lucas to get that. And I know he gets a lot of accolades as far as all state honors and all Legion and all first team and all that because he's talented, but he's a really good kid, and because he's a really good kid, it festers out to the rest of the kids too, and he's a leader, and not a better person to get it than Lucas. And all of our seniors are actually really good recipients of this, or could have been, because we have a good group. Like, our dugout's a good group of kids, and that's the most important thing that we can do as coaches or parents or anything, is to have that, and Lucas embodies that.
Did that good group of kids have a good experience in the Kyle Mueller Classic overall? Obviously, it's a really important tournament for Yankton, and one of my favorites of the year, just overall, except for results in the field. How did it go for everyone?
Yeah, I mean, we were successful, and a lot of these guys, it's the first time they played in this tournament because they're younger, or they played Junior Legion or Black Sox or whatever they played, and so this is their first time experiencing our home tournaments, and this one's a little bit smaller than Lewis and Clark, so I'm assuming that this weekend and next weekend is going to be really fun for them.
All right, well, Coach, congratulations on the Kyle Mueller Classic, and we'll talk to you Tuesday as Watertown comes into town.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Let's go to Drew Lawrence. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Yankton Rexall postgame show.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Are you concerned about macular degeneration and the impact it can have on your eyesight? Vision Care Associates is proud to offer new technology that can help diagnose and manage macular degeneration earlier and more effectively than before. With cutting-edge equipment and the expertise of Dr. Fieser, Dr. DeYoung, and Dr. Slowey, we're dedicated to providing you with the best possible care. Call today and see the difference.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose. Sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. At KYNT Rexall, when you feel under the weather, we want to help. But there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with the daily medications you're taking. The Yankton Rexall staff is there to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYNTV, part of your Yankton Rexall post-game show. Yankton Rexall is your hometown pharmacy since 1923. We'll start with your stats recap brought to you by Mayor Signs. If it's time for you to review the look of your business's signage, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including lit, non-lit, digital, and much more. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. We'll start with the home team on the scoreboard, but the road team in terms of travel, Renner post 307. Looking at their hitters for today, Charlie Hueners went 1 for 2 with an RBI. Kyle Konechny, Sully Schlimgen, Hunter Denboer each held a 0 for 3 on the day, with Denboer striking out once. Zach Dunham went 0 for 2. Brogan Moffitt went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Jake Wheeler went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Jackson Bjorkman went 0 for 2 with a run scored after he reached on an error. And Jacob Sanderson went 1 for 2 on the day. Hueners did have an RBI with his one hit as well as that was the lone run needed in this one. Renner taking the 1-0 win. Brody Jacobson on the mound for the post 307 Royals. Went 7 complete innings, allowed only 3 hits, no runs, 8 strikeouts, and 4 walks issued. As for Yankton on the day, they were held to just 3 hits as a team. Owen Wishon went 1 for 2 with a walk. Evan Sirk went 1 for 3 on the day. And Austin Goebel went 1 for 3 as well. Elsewhere for Yankton, Easton Fieser was able to draw a walk, as well as Sam Goki. But the rest of the lineup was held hitless today for Yankton post 12. On the mound today, Mark Cottle got the start, and he will be credited with the loss. He went 3 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 1 run non-earned, and a strikeout. Owen Wishon came in over the course of 2 innings, allowed no hits, and struck out 3 batters. And Tate Bestie pitched the final inning, allowing no hits, no runs, and no base runners at all. There were no walks issued by Yankton pitchers today. Mark Cottle threw 37 pitches, Tate Bestie threw 20, and Owen Wishon threw 26. All 3 of those guys under that 46-pitch barrier, so they can throw again on Tuesday when this Yankton team takes on Watertown in their doubleheader. Get you to your offensive and defensive players of the game. We'll start defensively with your defensive player of the game, brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians, your residential and commercial pest control solution. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. Looking at the putouts out in the field for Yankton's defense, got to give some credit out there at first base to Easton Fieser. Got a couple pop-outs on the day. One crucial scoop that I remember that saved a base runner. Could have been an error if it gets by him, but he was able to get the glove down and scoop it. Great stretches all day long as well. He will be your defensive player of the game over there at first base, brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians. Offensive player of the game brought to you by Hy-Vee. There's a hopeful smile in every aisle. Offense was hard to come by today for Yankton, but Owen Wishon went 1 for 2 on the day and also drew a walk. He was the only Yankton player who got on base multiple times. On a day where offense was hard to come by for both teams, thanks to great outings on the pitcher's mound between Brody Jacobson and then for Yankton, Mark Cottle, Owen Wishon himself, and Tate Bestie. Owen Wishon will be your offensive player of the game, brought to you by Hy-Vee. Was a hopeful smile in every aisle. Your move of the game brought to you by Mason Schramm and the Move Group. You're buying or selling, make the move with Mason and the Move Group. Going to be that scoop I was talking about a little earlier from Easton Fieser, at first base. Throw over, I believe it came from shortstop Lucas Kamshaw, was able to get the glove down in the dirt. Backhanded pick while stretching out for it, able to beat the runner in time. That's your move of the game, brought to you by Mason Schramm and the Move Group. Story of the game brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clo-Pay dealer. Story of today's game was just great pitching from both teams. Brody Jacobson goes the whole way for Renner, and for Yankton, Mark Cottle, Owen Wishon, and Tate Bestie combined to pitch a great game as well, allowing only 2 hits as a team and 1 run. It wasn't earned. 4 strikeouts between the 3 of them, and no walks issued. Pitching was a big thing today. It only took 1 run to get the win, and for Yankton, unfortunately for them, went to the other team in Renner as they take the 1-0 victory. But pitching was definitely your story of the day. Great defense all around.
Yeah, it was a great just overall game. Brayden, we mentioned it, and Coach Lawrence talked about it in the post game, as this is as good of a performance as you could have had without a victory for Yankton, going up against a very, very tough Renner squad. So, on to Tuesday.
On to Tuesday, indeed. That's part of your schedule preview, brought to you by Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance. Roy Wilcox State Farm has been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, they hope you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. We'll be right back here on Tuesday, Bryce. Big doubleheader as Watertown makes the trip down I-29 and a little over on Highway 50, depending on what route you take to get here. But they make the trip south to play Yankton on Tuesday right here at Riverside Field. We will have coverage for both games of that doubleheader. Correct me if I'm wrong, first pitch of game 1 at 3 p.m., I believe, so 2:30 pregame.
Yep, it's out of time.
It is at a time. I believe this is the one where I was looking at that's weird. We're playing at 3 in the afternoon. Yeah. But I also get Watertown. It's a long trip back. They don't want to be getting out of here at 11 o'clock at night.
No, exactly. And we'll also have election coverage for you on KYNT, give you updates on the local elections here for District 18. So we'll have those for you as well, all on KYNT and KYNTV.
And we'll have all that for you. Bryce, it was a great game with you today. I'm glad to be back in the booth after being off yesterday, and we're having a fun Legion season. It's always fun to cover this Kyle Mueller Classic. We got the doubleheader on Tuesday, and then we're right back with another big classic next weekend when Lewis and Clark comes to town.
No, absolutely, and another big tournament, as you said, coming up. We have Tuesday's matchup in Watertown. We'll talk to everyone very soon. Thanks to Scotty Borman, our KYNT studio producer today, all of our sponsors making this broadcast possible. For Brayden Butler, I'm Bryce Ladwig. This has been Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball on KYNT and KYNTV, Yankton's home team and stream.
This has been a presentation of Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball on KYNT. Yankton Post 12 would like to thank their team sponsor, First Dakota National Bank. For more than 150 years, they've been providing South Dakota families and businesses with personalized banking services. This has been Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball on KYNT.